Grow the Bay.
Whakatapuria te Moana atoi.
The Eastern Bay is on a growth trajectory. We recognise key economic projects, including those originating with the Provincial Growth Fund.
Jeff O'Sullivan, who was our Provincial Development Unit Regional Advisor for the Bay of Plenty then, organised a meeting with us, with the PDU team in Wellington. And so a group of us went down there and we presented our CAPER project to them, got some very good feedback, and from there it was suggested we should put in an application to the PGF. And that's how it came about. We're still in the early stages of the growth. We've got good job opportunities with our existing industries. We believe that'll increase quite significantly once we get the container terminal and the industrial state developed. We need to have housing, so council is doing its part with its housing developments, and there may be other housing developments coming along. It's quite one of our key engineering firms. The owner said to me, he said, you know, if you want to attract good qualified staff to an area, and he said most of that level, these people come with families, you need a couple of things. You need quality lifestyle, you need good shopping, good school, and you need good housing. So that's what we're working towards in Kawerau, is to try and meet those criteria, so that when all of the other things come to fruition and we start to see new industries and businesses, we'll be able to fill those factors that are going to attract people here. That's what we're working on.
We've got more jobs than we can fill. We're finding it increasingly difficult to find people that want to work. There is now becoming a big imbalance between skilled workers and unskilled workers. So, as you know, many of the trades have to have a ratio of skilled to unskilled, and they're reaching that limit now. And being able to attract skilled labour into the area is mainly because of COVID. Is a real problem. Two of the projects were to do with roading infrastructure and development of industrial space. And then the third one, the container terminal, is actually to create a facility in Kawerau that can leverage the rail and the road links to the port, but also the geothermal energy that we hear. So I guess over time we could feasibly have cool stores here from all of the produce that comes out of the Eastern Bay. Space at the port is just getting more and more expensive and harder to get for storage. So it makes sense to bring it back here and then put it on the train just in time. Nothing is just in time these days, but to minimise the amount of time it has to spend on dockside. At the moment, as you know, the supply chain is all difficult anyway, so it can't come soon enough, really. Karina, you got anything more you want to put to that?
Yeah, initially the vision started out with a very Kawerau focus, but as we started to develop, and it was a rail siding initially, but as we progressed it, and it was suggested that we look at what they were doing in Whakatapuria with their new container terminal. So we spent a day over there and talked with the South Waikato District Council of partners in that initiative, and the operators of the terminal, and came back thinking, well, this is where we need to go here in Kawerau. And then as we started to investigate further, it quickly became apparent that there are a whole lot of other Eastern Bay industries who are very interested, and said, yep, if you can certainly make it more cost effective than what we are currently paying through conventional road transport, would be very interested in using it. So it grew from there, and one of the key things we've always had in our mind is the added value aspects of it, to make it for our Eastern Bay exporters in particular, to make it a real asset. So that's our thinking, and it grew to nearly 3 full trains a day is what we're anticipating. And Kawerau are very supportive and working alongside us on that. They see it's a very exciting opportunity for them, for their growth as well. So it's, as I say, a win-win, Paura. These 3 projects, PGF funded ones, are pivotal enablers. So while in themselves they will not have a lot of jobs, they're going to enable growth in other industries to come, and so increase, obviously, employment. And as you know, Kawerau's had a history, as has a lot of the Eastern Bay, of social deprivation, decline, which has led to a whole lot of social problems, social impacts. And so we see this as an opportunity to help support our community out of the current doldrum, if you like, by providing good employment, and also for our young people, career opportunities that perhaps they don't have at the moment. And they've said to us, we would like you folk to enable us to find jobs here so we don't have to move away as they currently have to.
You know, I think one of the things that this, for us anyway, is that it's a good thing, is it's not seen as a 1 to 2 year project. Often the funding that comes out of government is actually all around 3 years maximum. This is seen as a 3 to 5, 10 year scheme actually, and it will grow over time. So we're very lucky that we also got PGF funding for our workforce development initiatives. So those are, again, 3 to 5 year type programs, which the government has gotten and supported wholeheartedly, actually. And it's about creating pathways for our students into industry, which didn't exist before. So that's a big thing for us. It's been embraced really by the existing employers, who are happy to take students and give them a look at what happens in industry in Kawerau, where the opportunities are. You talk to a student about science and they think there is absolutely no application of science in Kawerau, and yet you take them around all the businesses, and in every business is a very big science component. So it's really about showing students what is the opportunity here in Kawerau, and the fact that we've got funding that's allowing us to take it through more than just that 3 year cycle is a really big bonus. The ingenuity and the innovation that's coming out of our industrialists is actually solving problems at speed that other people thought were never going to happen. So it's really it's actually, I don't know, it has done a great deal for us actually, in a funny way, because it's actually showing up our expertise and how we can help solve problems. So I just think going forward it's only going to get more of that. The fact that we can actually create an entry to the port for all our export stuff, I think that's just going to make it even bigger.
We're also pressing ahead. So yeah, I think the Eastern Bay will be the place to be. Perhaps one of the positive benefits of COVID for us is that if you look at the statistics, a lot of people are leaving the COVID hotbed, the urban centres like Auckland and the Waikato, and moving further out to the so-called provinces, where they believe they can operate in a freer environment, a less risky environment. So that may be to our advantage, to our benefit in the Eastern Bay, which is very, very well located in terms of its geophysical location and its transport logistic links. And it's got a great lifestyle, let's face it. Where else would you want to live?
Grow the Bay.
Whakatapuria te Moana a toi.
Grow the Bay is made with the support of New Zealand On Air.